Hello everybody. Did you know with BRXProd you can go from a fresh bricks installation with no frameworks, no classes, no variables, nothing whatsoever, to a full production ready framework which is super cool within just a few clicks, and the bonus is it's fully compatible with the Bricks Wireframes templates, so you're not missing out. I'm Alan Blair from BRXProd and WPEasy, and I'm going to show you how. On the screen at the moment you can see an empty bricks editor window, which is a fresh bricks install with BRXProd installed as well. Now you can see the icon up the top left for the productivity settings for BRXProd. The first thing we do is we click on that and we see down in the modules here we've got our Bricks Wireframes tools, and because there is no framework installed whatsoever, it's going to have a button here that says Initialise. We click the Initialise button and it goes away and it does all these things which you can read on your own time, and now we have, believe me, we have a fully fledged production ready framework which is all managed through Bricks settings. I'm going to show you how. Now the next thing I'm going to show you very quickly though is if we go now into the Manage the Wireframe tools, we've got a bunch of stuff in here. We can copy to clipboard our templates for typography, shadows, colors, spacing, radio and buttons. We can create our own little style guide or settings for that. Or now you can just click a single button and that's going to create a page with those templates on it. So I'm going to do that now. Now InstaWP has been running a little bit slow for me this morning, so just bear with me while this editor loads. It's normally a bit quicker than this, but for some reason this morning it's just running a little bit slower. Okay, there we go. We have a page where we've got some text sizes, which are just purely text sizes. They're not actually using headings. They're just text areas, or not, sorry, basic text elements with the size set. We then have some sample copy here using the actual sizes. We then have some color palettes. So we've got primary with our variants. We've got our secondary with our variants. We've got our surface with our variants. And we've got some contextual colors. And we've got a little code here which we can run, which does some cool things to that, which we'll show you a little bit later. Further down the page, we've got our buttons, our layout for our buttons, our spacing and radii, and some shadows with some shadow variants. So as you can see, this is a fully usable production framework, not just a wireframe framework. We're ready to go. Now I'm going to show you something super cool here. If I go into my colors for my BRXProd here and I add one called BRXP, and you need the BRXP to know that this gets included with our template creation. So we're going to call this BRXP tertiary. Alright, we're just going to give it a color. Any old color will do. I'll just go down here. We'll make that a little bit different. Add the color. I'm going to add the variants here for transparency, dark and light shades. And there is our tertiary color done. Just for OCD, we're going to drag that up so that it sits under our secondary. You don't have to. Hit the save. Now if we have a look at our color palette here, it's missing the tertiary because it hasn't been updated. Once it knows you've got a page for your style guide, if we go back into our productivity settings, back into our manage wireframe tools, now it says update style guide page. So if you've added things to this, if you've added a hero at the top or some information or text or something at the bottom, or you reorganize things, it doesn't matter. It's not going to recreate. It's just going to update the section. So these templates here are just going to get updated on that page. So I'm going to hit update style guide page. It will open it in a fresh window, so we're just going to close the old one. Waiting for Insta. Okay. Now if we go down to our colors, we now have our primary, secondary and surface, and now we have our tertiaries included. So on this I'm going to click on our little code box and I'm going to execute that. I'm going to render without wrapper because we don't need a wrapper. Save that, and I'm going to preview that on the front end and see what we get. Here's our text sizes. Here's our color palettes, and we've got the hover to click to copy. So if we hover over these here, we get on our base, we get a hex to click to copy, we get a variable click to copy, we've got some A11Y text calculated. What that does is it calculates the a light text against that color background, or a dark text against that color background. Whichever one has the highest contrast is the one that it's going to give us. That does not mean that it passes the contrast ratios. It just means that it has the best chance to pass that ratio. And if you look at this, for example, here on our primary, it's saying that on our light one, the white is better. On our light 2, the dark is better. So this one has a higher contrast ratio with white. That one has a higher contrast ratio with black. So that's how these work here. Now on the transparencies, you don't get those because we don't know what's behind it. We can't calculate. So we've got all this going on here. All of these, we've got click to copies, and all we've done is click a couple of buttons and we have a full framework ready to go. Now the other thing to talk about with this is that it's fully bricks. So it's got no add-on code whatsoever. It is all done within bricks. So if we go into our theme, we have the Bricks Wireframes theme there. That's the same theme that you would get if you inserted a Bricks Wireframes template. So it works with those templates. So if I go in here, this is all set up, all for you in there, ready to go. Okay, now we also have our classes here. So a few little classes which we'll go through another time. Our variables are all organized into groups, and our typography, spacing, and radii are all scales, which are these typography scales and spacing scales here. Our colors are all managed through here. So this is all done through pure bricks. So we have not added an interface that requires BRXProd. We've used BRXProd to manipulate bricks, which means you can completely disable BRXProd and then it doesn't matter. It does not affect the front end whatsoever. So let's have a little play here. So I'm going to Bricks primary here. I'm going to just change that color to be more of this purple. My secondary, I'm just going to change that one to be different as well so we can see. Maybe that's going to be this greenish sort of color here. So we're going for that kind of color here. Hit the save. Have a look at our template. Everything's updated. Okay. Now there is one more step here. Because we've changed these colors, we need to go back into here and we need to tell it to recalculate the A11Y colors based on this being our near white and this being our near black text, which is what I prefer. If you want white, you just put white there. If you want black, you put black there. We hit go. It's going to go and recalculate it. It's created 27, which was the ones for our tertiary that we added, and it's updated a couple of others as well because of the color change that we've done. And that's it. That's all we have to do, and we have a full working framework. So in another video, we'll show you actually using the framework, but that's it. Done. Okay, thanks for listening, guys.